In this lesson, we'll discuss rehosting elements. So you may be asking, well, what is hosting an element? And then what is rehosting an element? Look at my screen right now. You see a desk, and the desk is sitting on a slab. The slab is connected to level 1, or in line with level 1. There's also a slab sitting up here at level 2. Think of them as floor 1 and floor 2. Well, right now the desk is bound or hosted on level 1, specifically the slab connected to level 1. And the desk, you see, you can move it back and forth. It stays on level 1 or what it's hosted to. I can't move it up or down off of that host. This is an example of what rehosting would be if you want to move the desk from level 1 to level 2. Now, to see this, how it's actually hosted, go ahead and click the desk and then look at the properties on the left. You can see the constraint level is level 1, and it's saying it's hosted on the floor generic 12, which is this floor or slab that's connected to level 1. Now, I want to move that. I want to rehost it to level 2. So with the desk selected, go up to the ribbon all the way to the right and click Pick New Host. Now, after you choose Pick New Host, Revit is waiting for you to pick the new host to attach the desk to. Well, I'm going to pick this other slab to the upper left. Go ahead and pick it. Once you do that, it rehosts the desk to the new slab, specifically level 2. And you can see now I can move it in line with level 2 as it's now bound to that slab that's connected to level 2. Once you select on the desk, you can see now the constraint level is level 2 and specifically this slab. Now, this is one example of rehosting. Another example is when you're working with multiple disciplines, such as using Revit MEP. That's also you're working with, let's say, an architect using Revit architecture. Let's say you're placing Revit mechanical equipment, a diffuser or a sprinkler head or a wall sconce, and you're placing it on the floor, on the ceiling, or on the wall, but the architect moves that wall or deletes that ceiling. Well, what happens then is those elements, the mechanical equipment or electrical or plumbing equipment, lose their host. They don't go away, they just actually lose their host, so they're floating. That is another example of rehosting where you have to reattach them to a host, to a wall, or to a ceiling, or to a floor. So in this example, we looked at rehosting. We looked at what is hosting, how to rehost, and we talked about several different examples. The one being moving this desk from one level to another level, and also in a multidiscipline environment where you're working with mechanical people and architectural people, and one or the other remove the hosts of specific components that you're placing.